This is week 11 of the 2014 season. Coach Bob Pecknold and the Deacons are 7-2 overall, 3-2 in ACC play. We are coming off of the epic comeback victory last week at home against our rivals, the Duke Blue Devils. Now we entered this game coming off of a shutout performance against ECU. We entered on a nice little win streak in the season, entering on a long win streak overall on Duke in this rivalry series, though Duke does have the all-time advantage. This was an absolute barn burner, an instant classic to this rivalry series. We came out strong offensively. Tiger Garrison, a 17-yard touchdown pass to Lester Wood, put us on the board in the first quarter, 7-0. But that did not last long at all. Duke, in immediate response, 75 yards from James to Morris, the first play of offense from Duke. Just like that, Blue Devils were on the board after we just had shut out an opponent the week before the entire game. Played aggressively in this one, decided to go for it. 4th and goal, ended up throwing an interception in the end zone. Duke got the ball at the 20, and the very first play, once again, James, a long touchdown pass, just went to Graves. 14-7, Duke had the lead at the end of the first quarter. Duke extended their lead in the second quarter, a 7-yard touchdown run from Fry, then a 26-yard touchdown pass, James to Fry late in the first half. That made it 28-7, 21-point lead for the Blue Devils. A huge drive here late in the first half, ending with a 13-yard touchdown pass from Garrison to Fogel that cut it down to a 14-point game. An adventurous end of the first half. We squibbed it. Duke got the ball deep in their own territory, avoided catastrophe. They were able to head into the locker room with a 14-point lead. We came out in the third quarter, cut that deficit in half. Nice drive here. Touchdown pass from Garrison to Fogel, 13 yards, cut it back to a 7-point game. But the Blue Devils responded. James throwing another touchdown pass, 13 yards. This one to Williams. Once again, Duke was out in front, 14 points. But we responded as well. Garrison another touchdown pass, Fogel another touchdown reception, cutting it back to a 7-point game. We entered the fourth quarter trailing 7. Duke got the ball well into the red zone. They seemed to be in a good situation to make it a 2-possession game once again. They decided to be aggressively throwing for the end zone, and Harrison made a huge interception for us to keep it a 7-point game. Then we had a very strong drive. Garrison scrambling and running it in from 9 yards out to tie things up at 35. Duke got the ball, drove down quickly. They were in field goal range for sure, looking to take the lead, but an incredible block by Lang. He ended up blocking the kick with his left foot. Unbelievable block to keep the score tied. And then a great drive from us. Landon Walker nailing a 31-yard field goal on the final play of regulation. Once again, we win the game on the very final play of regulation. Another walk-off win for us. We are really racking them up this season. An incredible 21-point comeback against Duke to keep our long winning streak against the Blue Devils intact for Wake Forest, and 4th straight win for us this season. Epic victory, let's go. Huge win there. Let's take a look at the conference standings first. Conference standings, ACC Atlantic, number 8 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, 8-1 overall, 5-1 in conference play. They take care of North Carolina on the road, a 35-23 victory for the Wolfpack. They will have their last non-conference game of the season this week at home against UMass. Clemson, number 10 in the country, 7-1 overall, 4-1 in conference play. They take down Maryland, a 7-point win at home for Clemson. They will be on the road taking on us this week. Clemson currently in first place in the Atlantic. They have a win over NC State, so they will hold the tiebreaker at the moment. Here we are, number 18 in the country, 7-2 overall, 3-2 in conference play. We have won 4 straight games. Now, after our back-to-back ugly losses in conference play, we knew ACC possibility of getting back to the ACC Championship was very minuscule. But yeah, we're coming off of back-to-back BCS Bowl appearances. We knew the only way we could possibly get back to a BCS Bowl is if we ran the table from that NC State loss. 4 straight wins with 3 games to go. Taking on number 10 Clemson. This is a huge matchup for both teams. Maryland Terrapins are 4-4 overall, 2-2 in conference play. Back-to-back heartbreaking losses for Maryland. They will be on the road at number 22 Virginia this week. Florida State is 4-4 overall, 2-3 in conference play. They've won 3 straight games though. They took down Georgia Tech 31-28. Big win there for the Seminoles, 3 straight. They will be at home against Boston College this week. And Boston College is 1-6 overall, 0-5 in conference play, losing by 17 to Clemson last time in action. They will be on the road at Florida State the next game. That's the Atlantic. Here's the Coastal. Miami is 5-4 overall, 4-2 in conference play, coming off of a nice win for themselves on the road at Virginia last week. They will be on the road at number 2 Notre Dame. Big test there. It'll be Miami's last non-conference game of the year. Number 25, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are 6-2 overall, 3-2 in conference play, coming off of a 3-point loss on the road at Florida State. They will be at home against Duke, looking to bounce back. Virginia's number 22 in the country, 6-2 overall, 2-2 in conference play. Coming off of the loss against the Hurricanes, they will be at home against Maryland, looking to bounce back. Still very much in the race. North Carolina, the Tar Heels are 24 in the country, 5-3 overall, 2-3 in conference play. They start off this season 5-0. They have dropped their last 3 games. They will be looking to get back in the win column at home against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is 5-3 overall, 1-3 in conference play. An ugly performance from the Hokies against the Wolfpack last time in action on the road at number 24. North Carolina is Virginia Tech. And the Duke Blue Devils 3-4 overall, 1-3 in conference play, letting a big lead slip away against their rivals, Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They will be back in action on the road at number 25 Georgia Tech. That is the ACC as it stands. Getting interesting. Now here's a look at the top 25 poll. BCS. Number 1, still the Oregon Ducks. They are 8-0, taking down Utah 38-24 this past week. Disappointing season so far for Utah, 4-4. Big win for the Ducks. They will be on the road at Washington State this week. Number 2, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish with a 9-0 record, taking care of Auburn on the road. Big win for Notre Dame after the close one against Arkansas State. They will be at home against Miami this week. Number 3, the Washington Huskies with an 8-0 record, coming off of a 4-point win against Cal. They will be at home against Colorado this week, looking to get to 9-0. Number 4, the USC Trojans. They are 8-1, coming off of a 34-17 victory at Arizona. Will be on the road at Utah next time in action. They have a bye this week. Number 5, the Alabama Crimson Tide, 8-1 record, taking care of Mississippi State 35-19 at home last time in action for Alabama. They will be on the road at number 14 LSU. Big matchup there. Number 6, the Louisville Cardinals are 7-0. Louisville, coming off of a 28-point win at home against South Florida. They will be on the road at Arkansas this week, looking to get to 8-0. Number 7, the TCU Horned Frogs are 7-1, coming off of a 4-point win on the road at Oklahoma State. They will be at home against Oklahoma this week. Big game there. Number 8, the NC State Wolfpack with an 8-1 record, coming off of that nice win on the road at North Carolina, hosting UMass this week. Number 9 in the BCS is Clemson with a 7-1 record, coming off a 7-point win against Maryland on the road at number 18 Wake Forest. Big game there. And number 10 in the BCS is the Michigan State Spartans with a 6-2 record. They've won 5 straight. Only losses against number 1 and number 2. Taking care of Purdue. Last time in action, they will be at home against Northwestern this week. So that is the top 10 in the BCS. Here's the rest of the top 25 in the BCS. Texas A&M climbing up to number 12 after the 45-21 win at LSU. Michigan getting a victory there. LSU dropping down to 14. We are number 17 in the BCS. Fresno State number 19 in the BCS. Coming off of a big victory against Nevada. Nevada's first loss of the season. They dropped down to 15. Connecticut is number 22. South Carolina number 23. Coming off of a nice win against Tennessee. And there we go. That is a look at the BCS as it stands. So here we go. Huge game coming up. Number 18, the coaches poll, versus number 10 in the coaches poll. It is Wake Forest versus Clemson. Now, this is a huge game for both teams. As it stands, Clemson controls their own destiny in the ACC Atlantic. They're looking to keep that going. As it stands for us, we got off to a rough 3-2 start this season. We were not looking very good. We came together saying, hey, if we want to get back to a major BCS bowl, we're going to have to win out. It didn't seem very likely, probably, at that time, coming off of that Wolfpack loss. But we've won 4 straight, had some big victories. Looking to keep this going. This is a big-time game here, for sure. Let's go. Coach Bob Pecknold is 2-0 against Clemson in his career. The game against Clemson last season was an absolute instant classic. The ACC Atlantic was on the line last year in Clemson. The winner between Clemson and Wake Forest would be going to the ACC Championship game. It was an epic game. It went to overtime. Our defense forced an interception on Clemson's series, and then we were able to kick a game-winning field goal to win 17-14 in OT, punching us a trip to the ACC Championship game where we defeated North Carolina to win our 3rd ever ACC title. 4 straight wins for us. A lot of close victories this season. A lot of games coming out of the wire, some big wins. This is a huge test here. Feeling quite possibly the biggest game of the season right now for maybe both teams. Clemson 7-1, just 1 loss against Georgia Tech. Clemson is coached by James Stuckey. Clemson finished last season with a 9-4 record, a blowout victory in the Belk Bowl over Cincinnati. Just a massive game coming up here. Let's go. We have got to bring it. First, a quick look at the never-changing settings of the dynasty, and we will get this underway. Let's go. Huge matchup for both teams. Big-time ACC implications, big-time BCS implications. We can do it. We've got to bring it here. Week 11 of the 2014 season. Number 10, Clemson at number 18, Wake Forest. Let's go. Come on. Clemson will be wearing these away uniforms. White jersey, white pants. We are going to be coming out here, regular home uniform. Huge matchup coming up. Let's go. Let's go to Winston-Salem.
Both teams wrapping up their warm-up, just about set for action in the ACC. Time for ESPN's college football. Brad Nessler and Kirk Herbstreit will be on the call. Brad, take it away.
Here we are at BB&T Field, where these two teams are ready to hit the gridiron. Now this one should be exciting. Hi everybody, Brad Nessler with Kirk Herbstreit and Aaron Andrews. We've got more NCAA Football 13 for you. Today's exciting game is brought to you by Dove Men Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin. We'll see the Clemson Tigers and the Deacons of Wake Forest. Exciting for college fans everywhere as we prepare for the national championship with this incredible season drawing closer to an end. It's time for the coin toss presented by Dove Men Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin.
What a game we got set up here in Winston-Salem. Beautiful weather for this big-time ACC Atlantic matchup. Atlantic implications, BCS implications possibly on the line here. While Pecknold is 2-0 against the Clemson Tigers in his career. 2 close victories, including an overtime win last season to send us to the ACC Championship game, where we won against North Carolina. Clemson dreaming of getting to the ACC Championship this year. We knew that pretty much went out the window earlier in the season. Dreaming of running the table, maybe getting back to a BCS bowl. We've done it so far. Here's a huge, huge game coming up. Let's go! We've got to bring it. Let's go. Come on. Landon Walker has it teed up. Boots it underway. We're underway here in Winston-Salem. Roberts is going to take a knee in the end zone.
Reese Davis is standing by with this update. Reese, check out some action from Murfreesboro.
Louisiana Monroe game
to the very end. The Warhawks win it 31-24.
And we thank you, Reese Davis. Back to the action here.
And here we go.
For Clemson, Kirk, when this team is playing well, their offense is really the catalyst. Tell us a little bit about their style.
Brad, these guys like to run the spread, and they're very, very good at it. One of the
So
things that
Roberts going to bring him down.
you have the chance to either run and throw the football.
5-yard gain on the ground there for Clemson.
Are they going to run or are they going to throw?
They'll change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Oh. Going to find Harrington and Lucas able to knock him out of bounds. Yeah, Clemson coming out firing here, already past midfield. He's looking to throw. Daniel's looking to throw again. Hit him right away, but it is caught. 8-yard pickup.
Any coach would be happy with that kind of outcome on a first or second down.
Come on. Not getting it out there from knocking some down there.
Gets him about 3 yards with a completion.
But he's
Good look there from the quarterback, dumping it
that.
off and coming away with a new set of downs.
We're going to flip down 1st and 10 now. Daniels, it's loose! Oh, he's got it.
This is the risk you take when you run the option. It has great potential for big yards.
Clemson very fortunate there. Option play, able to get in front of it, ball pops out. It's good reaction from the Clemson Tiger, able to get the ball there. Come on defense. Hand off. Wrapping up. 3rd and 8 coming up. Big play here. Biggest play of the game so far, of course, very early on here.
calling an audible.
Reese, excellent.
Down.
So by Henry Reese, weird. Yes.
Perfectly or what? As a
We
linebacker,
turned on the cornerback blitz, and that allowed Reese to be able to not worry about that side, just go to the right side, hit him right in that hole there, shutting it down. Clemson's going to line up for a long field goal attempt here on 4th and 8. And Clemson strikes first here.
They'll call on the field goal unit. Clemson could take the lead with this field goal. Somebody jumped early down there.
There's movement. This could definitely change things here. False start call.
Maybe he got the cadence wrong coming out of the huddle. The coaches have a low threshold for mistakes like that.
That's going to back them up to the 42. They are going to keep the field goal unit out there.
4th down. They'll line it up for a very long field goal attempt. He gets it up.
And
No good. He didn't have the leg for it. That's a tough break there for the kicker. No score.
we're ready for the fake. It's going to get into the end zone. That's about it. Questionable decision here early on from Clemson going for the long field goal. And it's not going to work out for him. Let's go. Come on.
So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field.
First and 10, hand off to Pennington for his player at 3 yards on the ground.
So they get about 3 on the draw. From their own 45-yard line. 2nd down.
And 7, Garrison Bourne out. Gonna get it to Calhoun.
Good tackle there.
Perfectly read there. Great decision making by Tiger Garrison.
Let's get the latest now.
Robert to
Top
offensive team captain Calhoun.
25 action on the way. The
Big
Gamecock
SEC game here.
unleashed
South
their
Carolina
aerial assault
strikes
and
first
scored a
at
touchdown.
Columbus, Georgia.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Oh, floating it perfectly to Thorne.
He's tackled for the 1-yard line.
Let's go.
Big gain there for the first down.
There was some miscommunication down there by the defense that allowed for that big game.
Tiger Garrison, an excellent pass there to Michael Fogle. And he does get into the end zone. They say his knee was down there before he's able to get the ball across. Finding some room, laying it up. Big time play. Let's
First
punch
down,
this
and they
thing.
got their
Come on.
eyes on that goal line. They're packed in tight on the line.
We have 2 burners trying to fullback dive and gets shut down.
The fullback plows ahead for maybe a yard.
The offensive line has got to do a better job of making space because that was just a punishing hit.
We've got 2nd and goal. 1 yard to the goal line. They're crowding out
Oh,
for scrimmage.
trying to get it to Mantle this
Think
time.
about the speed and
Even
instinct
worse
it takes for
result.
a linebacker to get from his position into the backfield to make a play like that. That's well done.
Wow, Clemson defense stepping up big time there in those first 2 downs. 3rd and goal coming up. We're back at the 4.
It's 3rd and goal from the 3, and this is a very big play for both teams.
Garrison to Wood, touchdown.
Touchdown.
Let's go. We strike first here, though. Let's go.
These guys need to be aware this aerial attack is capable of making some big plays. They've got to get on their toes.
Yes. Things going our way so far in this one. We'll just find a bit of room, throwing a dart right to him. Garrison to Lester Wood. Boom. Walker nails it.
And he converts the extra point. A 5-play, 56-yard drive, and a touchdown to result.
Well, the balance that
Clemson's first drive trying a very long field goal.
and you can run the football.
Trusting their kicker maybe a bit too much.
It just seems to open up everything else within that offense. Because the defense has to...
So they gave us a nice field position.
They'll start to cheat up.
Great work from our offense. Taking it all the way, 7-0 in here. Back to the
Keeping them off balance by mixing in enough pass.
The offense will take over at the 25-yard line. He drops back. And a quick throw. And he tackles him hard at the 32. Mills on the tackle at the 32-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, it's going to bring it down the backfield. That's a good ground defense. Oh, come on. Let's get a stop
Third down
here.
now, and they're going to need about 4. This place is getting loud. They'll bring it down to the 41-yard line. And he has a huge run.
I'll tell you right now, this guy is arguably one of the fastest players in college football today. There you see him turn it
Alright,
upfield
we'll
with
take care of
such
him there.
fluidity and quickness.
Daniels running the option. And he's taken down to the 39-yard line.
These guys have the capability to gain solid, consistent yardage. They have to regroup, come out a bit more motivated next time.
From their own 39-yard line. 2nd down. They'll work the right side.
Yes, let's go.
At the 37.
Dropping the backfield 3rd and 15 coming on.
But there was no one on the offense to account for the linebacker. And he got through almost untouched.
3rd down now, and they need to get it
Take care of
inside the
business here,
49.
defense.
And this crowd is going crazy. He's looking to pass.
Going deep. Mills. No!
Touchdown saving tackle, but it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Are you kidding me? What? Oh, man, things were going so well for us so far. Throwing this one deep, not going to get to him. Mills all over that. But he's not able to make the catch. It's tipped up. Oh, great reaction here from the Clemson receiver. Lawrence, where he grabs it. Oh, man. 1st and goal now for Clemson. What the? Oh, they look like they're running an option there and they have no chance on
You
it.
know, it looked to me like he should have made the pitch, but he kept it instead and wound up going backwards.
This is the 8th play of this drive. And they'll bring it down behind the line. And this place is rocking.
3rd and goal here.
Looks to pass.
Catch made Reese and then knock him down.
Gains about 4 yards there.
Big hit from Henry Reese. That's going to put an emphatic end to Clemson's drive. You'd think 4th down coming up.
This should be an easy field goal.
This one a much more makeable field goal attempt for Clemson's kicker.
It's up, and it's
Work on
Clemson
it.
rights.
Even though they gave up a field goal here, that defense is feeling pretty good about themselves right now. It could have just as easily
Moses
been a
with
touchdown.
the 26-yard field goal.
Moses is lined up to kick this one off.
Lewis back to return.
He's to the 20. He's taken down at the 27-yard line.
Deciding to give Lewis another chance on kick return here.
They'll get the ball here at the 27.
After a good week in practice. Good performance in
Wake
practice.
Forest holds a
1st and
4-point
10
lead.
now.
They go to the ground game. He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. Mansfield gains around 3 yards on the run. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 30. He's going to try and scramble. The cavalry's coming. And he's shoved out of bounds at about the 30. He might have gained a yard on that scramble.
About 1 yard there. 3rd and 6 coming up.
From their
Big
own
play here. Let's go. Come
31-yard
on.
line. 3rd down.
Garrison trying to get it to Kelly. Not able
This
to
wide
throw
receiver
it
is
in.
very frustrated. You can tell by his body language. He did everything he needed to do to get open to be able to make a big play. The quarterback just didn't put the ball in the money.
4th and 6 coming up. And the Walker's going to come out and punt for us here.
Walker is waiting for the snap. And this one is a beauty.
Lucas doing a good job of pressure, forcing a 3rd touchdown for Harrington.
Let's go to the studio for this Reese Davis update.
We've been keeping an
South
eye on
Carolina
everything
14,
going on in the top
Georgia
25. This is a game we've been watching closely all day long. The Gamecocks hammer that running game and score a touchdown.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game.
Motion. Gordon all over. That'll do here for the 1st quarter. Big play from the
Really good
defense.
penetration.
Starting off the
Dropped it
strike.
short of the line of
Clemson's going to go nowhere but
Both
backwards.
offenses trying to find their rhythm in that 1st quarter. Low scoring and close right now. 7-3, Wake Forest.
Big game here for both teams. Clemson, the number 10 team in the country. I'm not impressed with them right now. They shot a 0 on the scoreboard. Just that right there, that weird play off of the deflected misinterception opportunity. Let's go defense. Keep going here.
16-yard line. It's
A
2nd down.
wildcat formation from the Tigers. What are they going to do here? He's going to hand off to Johnson. He's got a bunch of room. He may go.
Across midfield. Inside the 30. The 10. Clemson.
Lucas eventually gets to him, but he's in the end zone.
And it shows you what kinds of
Great
major
block
things can happen
there
when you have a
from
good
Clemson,
ground
getting
game.
a big block on the end. Dang. Huge run there. Doing the wildcat, handing it off. Look at this block. Big Gilead. Oof. He was just off to the races from there. That block was all he needed. He had the speed to get the rest of the way.
So the kicker will line up here and try to give his team a 3-point lead with this extra point.
Lucas,
Clemson
it'll get to
holds
the
just a
junction, but
2-point
too
lead.
late.
And he
10
has
to
the extra
7.
point. Moses has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. He's to the 20, and down he goes, 22-yard line. There hasn't been too much daylight between these two teams. In games like this, some players try to press too much, and that can cause mistakes.
Going off
Keep
to
it on the ground with the
Pennington.
tailback. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
Nice play here by the senior to make the sure tackle. Not very often that someone's able to shake this guy.
It's
Yep,
2nd
didn't
down and
mean
8.
to shoot clock there. Not supposed to do that. I'll go no huddle to make up for it then. Yeah.
Zips it to the back.
Mosby.
Pushed out of bounds. around the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. It's 3rd down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks.
Oh.
At the 31-yard line.
Man, still not able to get it.
4th down.
Well, things were lined up advantageously for us in that one. It's not going to work out that way.
Oh, excellent punt.
We'll punt down to the
Signals for a fair
19.
catch. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
Oh,
On the ground with the tailback.
no.
He's to the 40.
What?
At the 40. Inside the 30. To the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. Oh, my, what a run that was.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this kid is incredible. He's got the moves, the speed, the power. He's the total package.
Clemson making me eat my words. Saying I wasn't impressed with them so far for their number 10 ranking. In their first quarter, they didn't have much going. But dang. Another long touchdown run for Clemson. 81 yards for Joel Roberts. Clemson is up by 2 scores now.
He splits the uprights with the extra point.
I'm pointing. Just like that, wow, things have turned.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. Heading for the corner. He's to the 40. And it works
Kick it out of it.
around the 28-yard line.
What's going on?
They'll go to work at the 28.
Option,
Down
could you
to
get
left.
to
Now he
Pennington?
pitches it. Down at the 38-yard
This
line.
game.
This guy just made those 10 yards look easy.
I'm gonna know how to make up for the one for the accidental shoe clock before. Do that a couple times. Oh,
He's on the run.
Garrett Sling got it to Ross. Nice
Very
play.
impressive open field tackle. Ross gains about 4 yards there.
I think they were expecting a run on that play, Brad, and it allowed the quarterback to throw for just enough yards to get the first down.
And the defense has got to watch out when this quarterback rolls out because he can do some damage outside the pocket. And he makes it out to about the 44-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry. That makes it 2nd and 8.
So it's a couple. Let's go.
From their own 44-yard line. 2nd down. Here's a handoff, left side.
There was massive first
And they make
down.
the stop at about the 47-yard line.
I like how efficient the offense looked on that play. Everybody knew their assignment, and it all came together for a nice run.
I meant to go no huddle before that first one, so I'm gonna go no huddle once
47-yard
more.
line.
Once we
First
tackle
down.
inbounds before first down. Oh, that is a scary moment when the ball gets tipped
Here's an
up like
update
that.
from the studio and
There's
restation.
some hitters through.
Terrific top 25 matchups today. We've been
Carolina
watching this
in from
game
the
all
ranked
day
matchup.
long.
Here's another
The
ranked
Bulldogs
matchup here.
defense is electrified after the huge pick six.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 47. He scrambles.
Got it! Oh, tough
Got it
photo!
with room to run. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. and a nice catch.
Well, this is one of those plays you just sit back and admire. The quarterback threw the ball perfectly, and again, the speed of the receiver is the difference in this play.
That receiver was so wide open as a quarterback, you just don't want to blow it. That's like having a wide...
Just barely getting that pass off, but what a throw it was. Play action to Pennington. Move out to the left a little bit. Took a hit at the end of this. Still got all of his strength into it. Crumble
Open
play.
layup with nobody behind you, and you go up and you miss a
Michael
layup. You don't want
Frogel,
that to happen to you.
47 yards.
The quarterback did a nice job of staying in rhythm, making the easy throw.
Michael Frogel has been playing some amazing wide receiver
And he
lately.
converts the extra point.
Tigers is making some incredible throws. Nice combination there.
Wake Forest to kick.
It's gonna be a battle for sure. Come on. 3-point game now.
He really got a hold of that kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback.
Let's go.
It's early in this game, so the defense can still have an opportunity to make some adjustments. But if things don't turn around in a hurry, it's really going to start to affect the psyche of that defensive line.
He's back to pass here on first down. Wants to throw outside.
I love to see a confident quarterback, but you don't want to just go back there and put blind faith into your throws. You need a little bit more time to evaluate the coverage before you release the football.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 25. Clemson
Alright,
holds
second
the
and 10
field
now.
goal
About a
lead.
completion. Not sure something pass that was.
Look at the throw. He delivers.
Oh!
Covered incomplete. Third down.
That was a big time defensive play by Ronald Burton. Yeah, Burton get in there a bit with Clemson Tigers. Huge defensive play. Looked like receiver had the ball in his hands.
From their own
Burton
25-yard
punching
line.
it out.
It's third down.
Great
This
defensive
crowd in full
play there.
throat right now.
3rd and 10.
Daniels set to go to the air.
We're going deep. Kept in, goes down. That's what we like to see. Not going to happen there for Clemson. They're going to have to punt it right to us. Nothing going on for the Tigers. Great look defensively.
Fogel is the deep man awaiting the return. What a collision.
Nothing
They didn't
really
get
for
anything on that
Fogel.
return.
Well, the coverage team did an outstanding job at containing
let's go,
here.
let's go,
We
let's
see
go.
this with this team. They're very disciplined on special teams.
A long field didn't bother them the last
Field
time
goal
out.
tied.
That's how
Touchdown
they'll set
will
up
be
for this
Soli.
drive. Let's see what they do.
Switch to slants here. Garrison looking to run.
Tackle made at about
Hangs on to the ball nicely. Good job. Good job. 5-yard pickup.
But they have to be aware of this quarterback's tendency to scramble around and pick up some yards.
from their own
Keep
43-yard
forgetting about that.
line.
No,
Second down.
no huddle.
They try running left.
Rules me first down.
Nice
Still gonna
run
do
by the
no huddle.
tailback,
Keep
and it's
forgetting
good for
about
the first.
Probably after this
Why he's
play.
such a weapon as a ball
I'm
carrier.
gonna forget a first down on this. And then a halfback draw.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 49-yard
Hamilton.
line.
Alright, no huddle
Good
on that.
open field tackle.
We
And
made
they'll
up
go
for
with
it.
a no huddle.
Over here. Let's go dry under. Getting it to Wood. Really short completion there.
Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback
Couple
needs to be a little bit more
3-yard gains.
patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
Oof, we've been aggressive, but we don't want to have to think
They're
we're
about
going
4
for
yards
a full
away
time. We're
here
going to pick it
on
up right
third
now.
down.
Oh, trying to float it out there to Fogel. It's been
It's
our
fourth
way.
down. It's fourth down, and the offense is getting
Roll
set
the
to go for
dice.
it. Well, I'm not sure I really agree with this call to go for it,
Come on.
but that's why I'm not coaching, folks.
Come on. Missed him. Maybe had Kelly there. Couldn't get him.
A quick update now. Here's Reese.
Let's check in on a pair of top 25 teams. Let's take a look at this one again. And for
Forcing corner for South Carolina. Good for them. I don't know, Garrison just losing some accuracy on these throws. Did have some pressure coming, but had time to get it off cleanly. You can see Kelly looking, trying to get it to him there. Just, that was not all we needed.
Carolina, it's not just
Inaccurate
dialing up
pass.
the right ball plays, it's calling them at the exact right time. And their offensive coordinator did that to perfection.
Clemson is up by
I mean,
3.
defense to bail us out. Oh, got the completion. Lawrence, big game.
Jumped out of bounds
First
at the 40-yard line.
There's very good chemistry between these two. They like to run through all their routes before the game. And I have to say, they look sharp before this one even started.
Big hit by Cuba.
Clemson's going to use their first time out of the half here. About 2 minutes before halftime.
All right now, let's go defense. That's gonna make a strong tackle. They're gonna lose 3 on 3rd and 15. I'm not gonna take a timeout. Thought about it for a moment. I'm gonna hang on to it for now. This is a good play. 3rd and 15. I know they have a lot of confidence in their kicker.
They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. He's looking to pass.
Oh, he's gonna make a nice catch up the middle. We're gonna take a timeout now.
Well-designed and executed pattern, but on 3rd
This
down
catch they were able to get to him.
wasn't enough.
Run a first down. It's gonna make this a 50-yard
They'll call on
attempt.
the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt. It's up.
Oh, just short on that one.
So the score is still 17-14, Clemson.
I was thinking when that one was up in the air, thinking that might have enough to get there. That close for Clemson will stay a 3-point game. We took the timeout. It's going to give us plenty of time. 2 timeouts.
He may have changed things up
We're
here.
going to tie things up or take the lead. Come on.
Here they come.
It's rolling. Getting out to Pennington.
Taken down at about the 29-yard line. They lose 4 there.
But that play was sort of out of sync from the start. But you have to also recognize that the defense made a great play. They read it from the
Defense didn't do
get-go.
well there.
2nd and 13.
Minus
Ball on their own
3.
29.
Garrison looking to run. It's going to be clock's going to keep on running here. We're not going to take the time out. It's one of those in-between situations, but we're definitely in the more advantageous spot. We're going to hurry it up a bit here.
3rd and 5 situation. Ball on their own 38. Back to pass. He's going to try and scramble. And that'll make it 4th down.
Great hold by the defense. They were expecting the pass play.
Still trying to hang in there as long as possible. Hopefully try to make something happen. In the end, yeah, it's alright. Again, we're just going to have to punt it away here.
Harrington is back deep to return. They get this one off, and it's a beauty.
Strong boot.
And he's taken
17
down to the
seconds
24-yard line.
remaining.
Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got?
San Diego State at home,
San Diego
ready
State
to go
got the
with
lead over
San
Nevada.
Diego. The Aztecs keep pounding away on the ground, and
Not
they
once
find
has been an
Taylor.
interesting
Momentum
conference.
swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Give to the
Fumble! Rams got it!
Yes.
And down he goes, the 31-yard line. That's a pretty big mistake in this offense will lose possession of the football.
Sloppy job by the ball carrier.
Huge
First and
defensive
foremost,
play
you
there.
should always be concerned about the ball.
Halfback draw. Henry Reese with a massive hit. Ball pops free. Jabari Lamb, who blocked the field goal against Duke, recovering the fumble there. Big time play. We got the ball. 14 seconds. 31-yard line. Alright.
They'll take over at the 31.
Let's go now. Oh, just able to get thrown away, avoided sack, and knocked
Better
us
off
out
just
of
taking
fuel.
a sack. You have to be very careful as you're feeling pressure to throw the ball just to throw
Very
the ball.
close.
If you feel like you're not going to be able to make a play,
Very
the defense
close.
got you, just give up on that play and get ready for the next down.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. Scrambling around.
Dang, maybe had a chance a little bit earlier to throw it.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
That wasn't it there.
Third down, and they need to get it to the 21.
Just gonna run it. Take a timeout.
He's taken down at the 29. Deacons on this use
Got
their
a couple
second
yards
timeout.
to make this a bit more manageable for ourselves. This will tie it up. Send us into the locker room 17.
The field goal unit's out on the field. They're going to try to get these guys 3
You know
points
what?
before
Come on.
halftime. Wake Forest is down 3 and looking to tie it up. Kicks up.
Yes.
About that kick.
Oh, no question. This kid is just a solid kicker.
Good game here, 17-17.
Great concentration there, nailing the kid.
We played a half of football. This game is all tied up, 17.
Very exciting first half here in Winston-Salem for this big matchup. Clemson controlling their own destiny in the ACC Atlantic. Wake Forest, we've known before we got even halfway through the season that our chances of repeating as ACC champions were most likely probably not going to happen after those 2 losses, especially that one to NC State. But we've rallied off a bunch of wins here, thinking if we were somehow able to run the table, we could get back to a BCS Bowl possibly. Dream is still alive here after some big wins. We are in a real barn burner in this one. Clemson's outgaining us big time, 299 to 169, 5-5 first downs. Clemson broke a couple big plays. That's been the thing, big plays for the Tigers. 33% to 16% on third downs. Clemson turning the ball over once with that fumble, giving us the ball and allowing us to kick a field goal before halftime to tie things up. We have a little bit of a time of possession advantage over the Tigers. Tiger Garrison, he's playing great football for us. Junior is 8 of 15, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, no INTs. Xavier Mansfield 6 carries, 14 yards. Bennington's got 4 carries, 18 yards. Garrison's run a few times himself. Lester Wood, 2 catches and a touchdown. Michael Fogel, 2 catches and a touchdown. Defensively, Henry Reese having a big game, forcing a fumble there for us. He's leading us in tackles, and Jabari Lamb recovering the fumble. Huge play there at the end, big momentum swing.
Landon Walker nailing the field goal 46 yards, doing his job. Punting, kicking. Lance Daniels, the senior, is 9 of 12, 124 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. Joel Roberts is 9 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Al Johnson, one carry, 84 yards, and a touchdown. They've broken some big plays. Joel Roberts has 3 catches, so does Lawrence. Marcus Hand, Maurice Nelson leading the Tigers in tackling 5 each. Woody Moses, 1 field goal made on 3 attempts, a couple really long kicks. Just short on the second attempt. It's been an exciting first half for sure, expected nothing less. Beaten Clemson the past 2 years with Coach Bob Pecknold. Very, very close games in overtime last year. Maybe headed for overtime again this year, who knows. It's been back and forth through the first half. Clemson got up by 10 points. We scored the last 10 to tie things up. Here we go for the second half.
The opening minutes of the third quarter are sometimes the most important of any game, especially in a game this close.
Here's Lewis on the return.
Lewis from the 5.
Lewis fumbled.
And he's brought down to the 31-yard line. Let's take a minute to get an update from Aaron Andrews.
Geiger coach stressed to me that he wants his team to play much more physical here in the second half. He recited an old football saying, "Football isn't a contact sport, it's a collision sport. Dancing is a contact sport." Each quarterback withstood the pressure as neither were brought down for a sack. Back up to you, Brad.
Oh, a horrible, horrible start here to the second half. We've used Lewis and Kelly on kick returns this year. Lewis getting the start at kick returns game. He's been practicing well for us. It's taken out the legs here and the ball pops out before he was down. That's a huge turnover. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make that switch back. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes things just happen like that. Have to shake it off. Dak can proceed. It's alright. Come on, let's go defense.
The momentum you gain feels that much more powerful.
Oh, he was open.
And it's the senior. Brought down at the 5.
He sort of rainbowed that one
Clemson
into the air,
quickly
which
first
can be
and goal.
risky. You're giving the defender or multiple defenders time to get there. But that time, it worked out nicely.
Just shy of the goal line there. Gonna make a tackle. Right up. Joe Roberts brought down.
It's second and goal. Ball on the
1 yard line.
The short yardage defense here.
Gordon a big hit on him. They're just gonna try and run it straight up the middle. They shut the door on that.
You keep gaining negative yards, and you put yourself in a position of having to make bigger and bigger plays. Puts a lot of pressure on that quarterback.
It's third and goal from the 3, and this is a very big play for both teams. It's power against power right now on the field. Both teams have their jumbo sets out there.
Pass, defended, well done. Clemson not going to get in the end zone there. 4th and goal coming up. What will they do? They will bring out the field goal unit.
This one should be makeable. Clemson is looking to go up by 3. Flags are all over the place, and they'll blow it dead.
Chip shot to
It's so tough to move
we
the
give
ball
Clemson the
forward.
lead
Even
here.
a
It's a false
5-yard
start
setback
finally.
can do damage to a drive.
So it's 4th down. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. He gets
Gets it
Right
up.
down the middle, Clemson 20 with 4:17.
Field goal here. That defense is feeling pretty good about themselves right now. It could have just as easily been a touchdown.
Alright, I'll get started on special teams to begin
Looks
things
ready to
here.
kick this one off.
Kelly is back to return for us. He's going to touch it around the goal line.
Down to the 21-yard line.
Got down on the 21. Alright, so we take over here, trailing by 3 early second half.
This drive will start at the 21. Garrison drops the pass here on first down.
Garrison running nicely, sliding down from the yard here.
So the keeper goes for about 7 yards.
Absolutely. If they're going to give us room like that, we would take it.
So it's second down and about 2 yards to go.
Option. Garrison's going to pitch it off to Burgess. He's going to fight forward for a first down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on their own 31.
Here we go.
They'll give it off here.
Mansfield dragged down.
Decent pickup. Second and 6. Ball on the 35. Can't find anyone open. He gets rid of this one.
Saw something trying to come open downfield, but didn't have the space. Didn't have the chance to get the throw. We got ourselves in a 3rd and 6 situation. Just 1 for 6 on 3rd down so far. Pick this one up. Come on. Oh, swat it down at the line.
And that one probably should have been picked off.
Big play out of the Clemson defense here. Copeland getting up. Rejecting that
Jamie,
opportunity.
there's a blanket around that receiver. Somebody else had to be open.
Well defended by Clemson.
Walker is the punter. It's away, and it's a booming punt.
Great work by Lucas getting that one, forcing the 3rd catch call from Harrington. 1st
The
and
offense
10
will
for the
start at
Tigers.
16. Clemson is up a field goal. Daniels on the run, and they get him in the backfield for a loss. Let's it go.
Oh,
Senior. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 41.
big game there for the Tigers. 1st and 10 now up to the 41-yard line.
He drops back.
Too much time.
He's got room.
Gonna get to
He's at the 40.
Smith.
Tackle
Another
made
big
around the
game.
33-yard line.
Roll up to a 33 now. Too much time for him. It's way too much.
Trying to confuse the defense here with the audible. And he's tackled at about the 33-yard line.
Cornerback blitz catching him off guard a bit there. See, this work, this work. Mills all over it. Nothing like the catch
That's
was
a
going
loss
to
of
lose
4
some
yards.
That's just a sound play by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
Play by Mills, let's
Third
go.
down, and they need to get it to the 23.
Oh, damn, that's not it.
Looks to pass.
Catch me, he's gonna fight to get away. We're gonna bring him down. Fourth down coming up. Clemson still able to get a big game out of that. H. Banks. Obviously did not want to allow that much. It is fourth down. I would imagine a field goal attempt is gonna come for Clemson. And here it is.
They're going to try a long field goal here. Clemson has a 3-point lead. It's up.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, he got some good leg behind it, and he kicked an accurate ball right between the goalposts.
23-17, Clemson.
And kick from Wade Novis. Just getting it when they're just missing a short earlier, just getting that one over. 46 yards from Moses.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off.
And that big pass at the end of it.
He's to the 10. He's tackled at the 22-yard line.
Alright. Now we need our offense.
They'll get
Let's
the ball
go.
here at the 22.
So to Calhoun first, just short somehow.
Quarterback and his receiver
Maybe
make
might
a
just
great
shy of
play
it.
here and convert on an early
Yeah,
down.
there's a nice
And
pickup.
second
Here
down, and
comes
they're
second
about to length of the
inches.
football from the first down marker.
Just gonna get on the ground here, get more. No, Mansfield loses it.
Not a good time to fumble the football.
And that guy feels horrible about it. He's got to forget about it. Go out there and play hard the next time they hit the field.
Oh, that was looking like a really nice play there. Got good blocking. He's taking out the legs, ball popping out.
Well, the last drive was good for 3, but I'm sure in this one they'll be looking at the
Oh
play.
no.
Clemson
Come on.
on 6. Little screen pass.
Lucas Lamb brings him
And he's taken
down.
down right around the 46-yard line. Around the 28-yard line. Superb effort by the receiver to come down with that ball.
This comes down to the timing between the quarterback and the receiver, and the result, again, a nice play for the offense.
Looks like an option here.
Patrick forces him to pitch it. Burton's gonna make a really nice tackle.
At the 25. Option here. Here's the pitch.
Adams, great job, man, great job.
25-yard line. It's absolutely deafening down there. Back to pass.
Oh, he's gonna run. And he's got the
Level at
first.
the 15.
Awesome running here on third down. That can bring a lot of confidence to an offense when they can pull that off so successfully.
It's Patrick. Luke's all over that
They'll
one.
wrestle him down in the backfield.
That was just smash mouth, helmet
Daniel was
hitting football.
banged up after that one. Took a big hit the play before, took a big hit again
This
there.
kid's in a lot of discomfort, and I got to tell you, this is a shame.
Daniels, yeah, in a lot of pain there. He's gonna come off here, right off in a cart. Gonna head to the locker rooms. Whichever events there, Clemson's QB goes down. Once Daniels comes out of the game,
Second and 12 coming up. Ball on the 17. Clemson with a 6-point lead.
There's Martin looking to throw, and they're going to look to run.
The 10. The 5.
He's going to run, but there's a flag.
Touchdown. Don't get too excited at home.
The flag came out early,
Coming back.
and it is going to be holding our left guard, Tim Garrett.
You've probably heard it said that there's holding on every play. It's just not called. I don't think it's really that prevalent, but you can get away with it sometimes, and other times you can't.
How about that? Martin coming in for Clemson, looks to throw right away. You can see Garrett right there. And he's going to pretty much tackle Gordon right there. It is a hold. Flag came out early, but Martin coming with a bang, shaking off a couple of tackles, running in there. Really fired up, looked like a big touchdown for Clemson, but it comes back 2nd and 22 now.
Now it's 2nd and long after the penalty. The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
Another penalty for Clemson. The Tigers shooting themselves in the foot here big time, moving themselves back even further.
As a lineman will see movement on the other side of the ball and be coaxed into jumping early.
All right, they're back to a
So it's
2nd
down and long
and
now after the
27
penalty.
situation.
He's going to try and scramble. He's taken
Gonna
down
run
around
again,
the
take some big
23-yard
at the
line.
end of it, get some yards.
Clemson is up by 6.
Lucas came at the tackle.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Clemson.
This guy seems to make things happen no matter what kind of space he has to work with.
Oh,
He
you
needs is a
kidding?
little crease of daylight and forget about it.
So they had their chances to stop him, but in the end, he comes up with a big play.
A huge run there late in the 3rd quarter. Handing it off to Roberts, getting a block. Lucas not able to hold on to him. Oh, somehow. Oh. Clemson decided just to go for the extra point here, what considered a 2-point conversion. They kicked the extra point and make it a
Lifting upright
13-point
for the
game.
extra point. A 7-play, 51-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard. The score now, 30-17. And now they send it down to Aaron Andrews with an injury.
There was a significant injury there.
Was a torn pectoral muscle. They don't want to take any
He's gonna
chances.
catch this
We're
one on the
pulling
right
it from the
sideline.
lead, and from the way it looks, he might miss some extended time. Brad, back to you upstairs.
Thanks, Aaron.
Significant injury to Clemson Tiger football team. The quarterback's going to be gone for the rest of the year, looks like. Yeah.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game.
Oh, got it to Wood. There he goes.
Junior, he's at midfield.
The immediate response of our own touchdown.
Touchdown, wait for it. Nicely designed play to the wide receiver, and it got him 6.
You said it, Brad, and a good time to call it. I tip my hat to the offensive coordinator.
Once he got the ball, he did all the heavy lifting to take it to the house.
Oh, so nicely done there. We really needed it here. Found ourselves in a hole late in the third quarter. Lesterwood coming off of this route, just finding some space. Garrison putting it perfectly on the money. Clemson's defense lets themselves down there. Huge touchdown. 74 yards right away. Walker's going to have the PAT. Now it's a 6-point game. Yeah, an interesting decision from Clemson not going for the 2-point conversion. Now a touchdown and an extra point will give us the lead here. But plenty of football left in this one. Getting really late in the third quarter.
Excellent kick.
It's been a wild, exciting football game. How is this one going to turn out? Let's go now, defense. Come on.
They ran the ball very well on their last drive, and it resulted in 6.
Clemson lost their starting quarterback due to a pretty significant injury. Here's Martin. He's going to hand it off to Roberts. We're going down to 5-yard game. We're heading into the fourth quarter. I think Clemson will be late another play. 30-24. 1 quarter left.
We head to the final quarter, and we've got a great game on our hands. 30-24, Clemson.
Way more scoring than last season's game. Last season went into overtime 14-14. Ended up winning 17-14. Come on. Come on now. Come on, defense. Martin looking to throw.
Drop back to pass. Scrambling
Looking
around.
to run. Reese, a big hit.
At the 32.
Now he's down. Martin looking tired before that, looking to run
There's a
again. He
player
takes a
down.
big hit.
I'm not
Jason
sure what
Martin.
happened.
Jason Martin. He's staying down there now. Clemson's going to be down to their third option at QB here. And this is a big 3rd and 3 play here.
They need about 3 yards to get the first
Come on,
down.
defense.
Here on 3rd down. 3rd and short, and this crowd is alive. Well, as they take a look at that injury on the sideline, let's see what this backup.
Bring the heat, Thomas.
To stop the play. And the linebacker comes up and makes a big
Thomas having to come in at QB for Clemson. Tell him to just try to go up the middle here. Gets shut down. Injuries plaguing this Tigers team.
Vogel is back deep to return the
Defense
punt.
doing his job. Getting the ball back for us. Trailing by 6 now. Vogel's got some room.
He's at midfield.
Past midfield.
Taken down at the 50-yard line. He showed up good.
Let's
right
go.
there.
Come on.
And they'll take over at midfield.
Some excitement here in this stadium. Demon Deacon fans can feel it here. Let's drive. Come on. Mansfield shut down on
Tackles
that
it for
play.
a loss. Maybe a yard on the run by the tailback. That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's been a wild, unpredictable game.
From midfield, it's 2nd down.
Trying to get it out there on the crow route. Wrong target there. Wrong.
Third down, and they need to get it inside the 40.
Switch it. Come on. Please get a big play here. Gonna go to 1. First down.
Nice looking play that time.
Well, the defense was blitzing here, and again, great recognition. recognition by the quarterback to
being
find the hot
clutch
receiver.
in there. We have BCS Bold Dreams.
From the 36-yard line.
Martin is out for the
First down.
game now, so Clemson's down to the third string option at QB. Here comes Mans. When he gets the next one, he's taking out the legs. Game of the huge on the
Nice job on
football.
the offensive line, and they pick up a gain of 8.
So we hang on to that. Come on.
So it's second down and about 2 yards to go. He's under some heat. He's rolling right. Just throws this one away.
I forbid them having to throw it away.
And here's another third down. He's changing things up.
To Ross. First down.
Tackle made at the 15-yard line.
Just getting that play off before the play clock running out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on,
From
come
the
on.
15-yard line.
Let's
It's
go,
first
let's
down.
go.
He might be playing a cat and mouse game here with the defense.
And the floating up to Ross is picked up by Bernard.
Away now.
Boy, that is a punch to the gut for this offense. So close to scoring, but
Too much air under that.
the play of the game so far. Let's see if they can salt this thing away.
Come on. Gordon's trying to keep the crowd in, but no, we need to stop now. Oh. There's a chance to have to get over the defender, but that's too much air, too much air. And big time INT for the Tigers. Oh.
We've got a first and 10. Ball on the 20.
Again, they're down to their third string quarterback.
With a 6-point lead.
Expecting them to run it and then nearly break a touchdown. Nance saves a touchdown with that tackle.
That makes it first and 10.
Mills makes a big play.
Around the 33-yard line.
Dropping 2 yards in the backfield.
Warm to the ball carrier. That was fantastic pursuit.
Second down and 12. Ball on the 33. Almost intercepted.
Boy, a golden opportunity missed by the defense. That was a sure interception only to be dropped.
From their own 33-yard line. Third down. Gotta be hard for the offense to even hear the play call. Thomas drops the
There's a
throw.
flag.
He's tackled around the
What is it?
47-yard line.
What is it?
I
What
don't
is it?
really know what this one's for. Let's find out.
Will Robertson called with the
He'll be third
hold.
down again after that penalty.
Yeah, now they have more yards to pick up for the first down.
Very costly penalty against the Tigers. Oh, they would have had a first down there. Robertson the center. Wrapping up. Holding. It's going to be a big game for Clemson. So they are back. Backed way up here.
The penalty digs him a big hole with third and long. Clemson is up by 6. He drops back. Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it.
This one is lost. Come on, eventually he's going to.
Able to have liked
up in the
prevented such a
completion.
big game. But the important thing is that they held.
Tigers got to punt it away, no doubt about that. 4th and 14.
Moses to punt. Tackle made at the 27-yard line.
You hope that a lane or two will open up and give you some space to work with. But that never happened on this kick.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game.
Oh, this is it. Seemed like season on the line for both teams.
Garrison on first down.
Garrison's going to run
And he's
for...
taken down at about the 31. And they picked up 4 yards on the scramble. From their own 31-yard line. Second down.
Shoot.
And he throws it away.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
Third down and 6 yards to go. Ball on their own 31. The cavalry's coming. Rolls to the right. Just throws this one away. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
Actually, about to punt it away here.
Less than 3 minutes in the game. Oh, excellent punt. Call for the fair catch. And for Roberts, putting up good numbers.
Well, it's a lot of fun when you're not getting touched until you get to the second level of the defense. That way he has plenty of room to be able to make some big plays. Seems like every single time he touches the football, something big happens with his
I'm
offense.
expecting
If I
to
were
be
the
going to
offensive
him on the
coordinator,
ground
I'd
here.
continue to find unique ways to
Defense
get the football
got to
to
get a
the
stop to give us a chance.
He's ready to come back out and show this crowd that he's not done taking it to their
50
team yet.
yards from Joel Roberts.
So it's
Defense
make
desperate
or
for a
break
stop.
time. Who's going to rise to the challenge?
Reese all over it.
19.
That play was over before it got started. That was just a case of the offensive line getting beat at the snap of the ball.
From their own 19-yard line. Second down. Option here.
Option, tossing it out. We're taking a immediate timeout. 3rd and 16 to work from the defense's first couple
The
plays.
offensive line needs to do a better job of not only handling the defensive linemen, but getting up to the linebackers. That way the ball carriers will have a little bit more room to get to that second level.
From their own 15-yard line. Third down. This is where you get false starts.
They call a flag. It's going to be pass interference. Pass interference calling Kirkland next.
So with that penalty, they'll move the chains.
Man, that is frustrating for a defense when you think you've made a stop, and then a flag gives them a first down.
Oh man, I don't know. It was so close. I guess it was contact a little before.
30-yard line. First down. Just under 2 minutes in the game. Pecknold on the 25-yard line.
The D-line did a good job of nullifying out the blocks up front, and that allowed the linebacker to roam free and make the tackle in the backfield.
Okay.
From their own 25-yard line. Second down. They give to the tailback.
We'll take our final timeout. This is an absolute ball game right here.
Wake Forest will use their final timeout.
Must have stop.
And they'll look to convert here on another third down. And the stadium is shaking right now. Back to pass.
Ball's loose. Gonna look to run with it and go down. They're gonna have to under.
Well, you've got a chance here to build on your lead, or at the very least, chew up some clock. The last thing you can afford to do is turn the football over. Boy, they're very fortunate.
Obviously, that would have been insane if
Be
we
the
were
return man.
the turnover, but never really had a chance on that one. Tigers are all around it. We should be getting the ball back. Not a whole lot under a minute. No timeouts left. Trailing by 6. Oh boy. Expecting nothing less but this game to come down to the line. So let's gonna get hit right away if I'm running blocking anything set up. 50 seconds. 50 seconds and we're gonna have to go 65 yards. Let's do this. Let's do this. We can do this.
Even in a game this close, I think it's going to take something very unexpected to change the outcome. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. Under a minute left in the game. Now he tries to buy some time.
Person runs. He's brought down inbound.
Good game there on the quarterback scramble.
You know, I really like the decision to tuck it and run here. He waited and found no one open, so instead of throwing it away, he just took it upfield for himself.
Fortunate for him to go down inbounds.
And they make the stop at about the 49.
30 seconds left. Garrison, does he get a first down to Wood? Yes, he does.
Down, he's knocked out of bounds. And for Wood, he's got 100 yards now.
Well, Brad, this guy continues to make play after play. The quarterback and this receiver are clearly in a zone and feeling it today.
Appears that he's changing things up here before the snap.
Picked off by hand.
I think I can hear the fat lady sing.
And he's going to run it back.
Inside the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown from the defense, and this one looks like it's going to be over.
Heartbreaking loss here. Well, down to our very last hopes here, trying to get this one up, but that's a really nice play defensively. Just able to get in front of it, and then he goes untouched rest of the way for a quick score.
Well, they're going to try for the 2-point conversion.
Not really necessary at this point, but Clemson is going to go for 2.
Unable to convert that 2-point conversion on the ground.
I like the call to try to run it in for 2, but the defense was pretty stout there.
Clemson gets set to kick this one away. Time's running short here, so let's see what plays out.
Not looking so good for the offense. At this point, all they can do is put the ball in the air and hope.
They'll start.
Absolutely
25-yard line.
heartbreaker here for us.
Trying to
Gonna
change
put
the
an
play.
end to our winning streak.
He fires.
So I'm trying to chuck one deep to Lester Wood, can't get
Comes
him.
up with a nice play.
Nice job of the safety here, sitting back and playing center field and seeing the ball and coming up and simply batting the ball away.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 25. He's looking to pass.
Zach will finish it off here. 36-24 is the final. In Winston-Salem. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one.
And the ball game's over. And our final score of this one: Clemson 36, Wake Forest 24. Wake Forest 24. Let's get Kirk Herbstreit's final thoughts on this one. Herbie, what do you got for us?
I thought this would have been a little closer than the scoreboard indicates. Maybe that says something about how good a game they played. Clemson had a really tough matchup coming in, but they were prepared, motivated, and came away with a really solid win.
And for Roberts, his great performance earns him our player of the game. For Clemson, they just keep piling up the wins. And for Wake Forest, they'll drop to 7-3 on the year. That's it for this presentation of NCAA Football 13. For Kirk Herbstreit and Aaron Andrews and Reese Davis in the studio, I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you soon.
That's a really tough result for us. Clemson outgained us significantly over 100 yards, 448 to 335, 11 to 10 first downs. Both 30% on third downs, 4 turnovers to 1. That was a difference for sure in this one. Things would have been a lot closer without those turnovers. We might have even been able to win this thing. This one, painful loss for sure. Tiger Garrison, 14 of 30, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 sack. Xavier Master, 39 yards on 10 carries. So with 2 touchdowns, Michael Flogo 1. This hurts. This is a really painful loss here. Well, unlike our first 2 losses this season where we just basically got blown out, we felt like we were in this one for sure. Definitely felt like we were in it. Lance Daniels out with injury, tough break for him. Joel Roberts all over the field making it. I mean, 17 rushes, 144 yards, 2 tackles. Big game for him rushing the ball. A lot of different guys making catches for Clemson. A lot of different guys running the ball as well. Hunter leading tackler. Marcus Hand making the play to seal it defensively for Clemson. He loses 3 of 5. I don't know what to say. I mean, we had our chances here. This was a back and forth game all the way. Both sides making mistakes. We just made too many, I guess, in the end. Heartbreaking loss. 36-24 is the final. Tough one. Let's regroup. Come on, let's go, Deeks.